men want to be strong. They want to be warriors. They want to be the hero, right? Men have always wanted to be strong. And most men today have been taught to be soft. And I'm not talking about your macho man, yeah. No, I'm talking about it in that sense. So most men have been taught to be soft. And what happens is the wounds that they get from life when they're soft, that will kind of, it creates us this way that they doubt themselves, right? And it leaves them with it lets them stray off the path, right? Of their path in life. Because everyone yearns to become known or to know that they are powerful, that they are capable, competent, right? That is it. Men yearn for that. That's what men want, right? You know, and like, for example, like most men's hearts today have been pushed down, suppressed, and covered. They don't want to, well, they don't feel alive. They're just kind of repeating this shitty process of life all the time. And like, like deep down, your heart yearns to be powerful, yearns to be the one that's on the adventure, to be the hero in your own life, right? So like, and the way you can figure out what your desires are or what makes you feel alive, easy way. Look at the movies you used to watch as a child, right? Up until now, even the movies you watch now, what excites you? What do you like? What genre do you like? Right? For most of us, it'll be adventure, action, um, maybe a bit of fantasy. Like, these things excite us, right? So like, and that is it. That shows you what your heart really desires. Doesn't necessarily mean like with fantasy, there's dragons, there's magic. Doesn't mean that exists in our world, but the excitement of it, the capability of the people, the competency that they've improved, or that they show, all of these traits are in all these movies, and these are traits that are what your heart desires, what you really want out of life, right? Is to be these people. So like, most men suppress their heart or ignore it. Just, they ignore it completely. Why do they do this, right? Easy answer: because it's no longer accepted, right? Or normal in today's society, right? It's considered toxic, it's considered whatever, right? In today's world, it's not normal to have these aspirations, right? And this then results in men losing their love for life, losing their hearts, right? They're not satisfied. But we push it down and we just keep going. Put your head down, just keep pushing. And it's a really shitty life to live. But anyway, because, you know, adventure is within the hearts of men. Right? So it puts us to the test, right? And men fear, and everyone fears the test, but we also wish to be tested, right? We fear the test, we fear it, but we also wish to be tested. Why? To know our limits, to know that what we are made of, that we have what it takes to do it, to overcome these things, to prove to ourselves, right? To become competent. Like, that's what we truly desire. We truly want these tests. We're afraid of them, but that's what happens. We get them, and then, right, that is the masculine imperative. That is what we do. I haven't finished this, but great book I'm watching on this. I just thought I'd make a short video on this. Great book is Wild at Heart by John Aldridge. Very interesting read. I've read it a couple times now. Well, I've read it twice. I'm on my third time, and this part stood out to me. A man's heart's desires, right? because we have been taught to be soft in a certain regard. Um, you know, men these days are really easily thrown off their path or thrown off what their mission, their purpose, because they doubt themselves, because they've been taught to be soft. And yeah, my mission is, as I said, to help people find their, or help men find their authentic selves, find their purpose, and achieve it, right? And build themselves up. Thanks for joining on this one. As I said, it was a really short one. It was just a quick part of the book that I thought was really good, that I resonated with, that I'm doing on myself right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.